Well, hello, chat. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm having to use my wireless microphone, so I hope it sounds okay. I've been really struggling to get everything to work properly, but I think it is. I think we're good. Sound okay? Good. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. I did not see y'all yet yesterday because it's still kind of, for some reason, I woke up Sunday and my hand was really hurting, and it felt as if like I had punched like a brick wall. I don't know, and it's still a little sore. But like yesterday, it was so sore I didn't want to like hold a mouse or anything. It was a lot. It was very annoying. But it is better today. But I figured instead of worrying about trying to play a game or something, I would just hang out and chat for a while. Because, you know, the world is going crazy anyway, so there's always something to talk about, right? And I have like my VR working properly now, which is really great. Maps music track is loud. Okay, well I can fix that. It's funny because I can hardly hear it, which is weird. Let's see. It's actually really quiet for me. Can you still hear me okay over it though? Or am I not beating the femboy catboy allegations now? Look, this is just, it's an avatar I had, okay? Okay, it's an avatar I had. I even customized it myself. See? So, actually, does that look right on OBS or is it flipped? Okay, it does look right on OBS. Good. Sounds good now. Okay, cool. It felt short. It's like it's a shooting range that's all purpley. So I thought it was really cool. I have not found a way to actually play my own music yet, which really bothers me because I want to play music that I like. You know, but I have not found a way to do that. But I like the color in here, and I have a halo for some reason while I'm in this. I don't know why, and I don't know how to actually do anything with it. So I have no idea. There's like a menu in the game, but I wish I could play music that I want to play, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm just here to hang out for a while. Canadian government finally admitted they have no data on the gun ban confiscation improving public safety anyway. Well, of course not. It doesn't actually ever improve anything. That's a myth. It's a myth when they try to say gun bans improve things. That's never true. We have gone over this so many times. Like, it's just how it is, you know? Play that map after installing VR chat is a little different shooting on PC. Yeah, probably. But you know, it's fine. If only I could play the music I want to play. This is a perfect place to just hang out and chat. I love how purpley it is, you know. All right, first of all, Grub. First of all, I am not a femboy, nor am I submissive. Breedable, that's still up for debate, but I am not submissive, okay? Nor am I a femboy. So you just get 2/3 of those out of your head. That's just not how this is gonna work. So you're printing a violin? Wait, like an actual like real violin? I didn't know you could print a violin. All I ever print is guns. That's new. Well, I don't really know how a violin works, I'm gonna be completely honest. The only instrument I ever played was drums, so I have no idea how instruments other than drums really work. So I'm used to just hitting things. That's easy. Hitting things is easy. It's been a long time since I played the drums, though. I think it'd be kind of fun if I was able to get like an electric drum set, because it's been years since I've been able to play a drum set. Because, you know, I've lived in a neighborhood for years at this point, which is not where I used to live. So maybe I should get an electric drum kit sometime and maybe see if there's a way to do tracking for playing the drums. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. I don't know how you would get like proper sound out of something that's printed, but electric violin kits, that's true. Oh man, God, what is it? That makes me think of when I was a kid. What's that one band, that one like rock band that does Christmas music? What was that? They have an electric violin, and I saw it like in a concert one time when I was a kid because it was Christmas time and my grandparents took us to go see the Christmas metal band. It was great. Yeah, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Yeah, exactly. I just thought the idea of an electric violin was so funny to me because you don't ever think of a violin in that capacity, you know? I don't know. So, violins with effect pedals go hard. I bet that would go hard, actually. I bet that would go hard. That actually sounds pretty interesting. I would want to hear some. I would want to hear, because there's a metal band I listen to that sometimes they use a saxophone in their music, and that's really fun. So stuff with, you know, oh well, I just messed up my headset. That was weird. Anyway, stuff with different instruments that you don't expect from metal music. That sounds like a lot of fun. You're listening to Apocalyptica. That sounds familiar. They use cellos. It definitely sounds familiar. The name does. I can't say that I listen to them a lot because I'm not sure if I have, but the name sounds familiar, so I probably have heard them some at least. I will, assuming I don't forget, I will end up looking that up as well. That's the thing, I wish I could find like a music player in this world so I could just look up some stuff and play it, but oh well. Oh well. I did, however, so I've been wanting to play some more VR. I'm very excited. I fixed my controller because this controller was messed up and I was getting stick drift and it was making me run around everywhere without my consent. So I fixed that, and I guess there was some kind of update to the Quest because now it's a lot easier for me to connect it to my PC. I don't have to use the weird Meta app, which is nice, which means I can easily run Steam VR and OVR Toolkit at the same time. So I need to do more VR stuff, assuming it doesn't make me sick, because that still kind of happens. So hopefully I don't get sick today, because I'm just gonna chill and talk to y'all for a little while. That's kind of the plan. I was so busy getting everything ready, I never even did the whole thing. Have you shared the stream yet? Do that wherever you're watching. I'm live everywhere right now. Share the stream. And of course, my Twitch viewers, don't forget that Twitch doesn't like it when you lurk, so make sure you at least send a message or redeem a channel point every now and then. I have heard some people have said if you're on Twitch you only have to send one message and it'll count you now, but I don't know. Or like redeem channel points once, but I don't know how true that is. Other people say you have to do it throughout the stream. I don't know, but do that for every streamer you watch. That helps. So, you know. Also, I just noticed I can't hear my alerts while I'm in VR. I bet I need to change the monitoring device while I'm doing this. See if that'll work. Alright, somewhere redeem another sound so I can test this. So, I read the title of the stream wrong. Oh no, I didn't hear that either. That sucks. By the time I was streaming wrong, I thought it said the end of the world is going to be furry. I hope not. I hope not. That's going to be worse than anything else. So yeah, let's hope that is not the case. Things do see, like, it's almost kind of, you know, how people say if you don't laugh, you laugh so you don't cry. We're kind of getting to that point with how the world seems to be going at the moment, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It says they have the cat ears. This is not furry. Just because this avatar has cat ears, it doesn't make it furry. That is a completely different thing. If anything, this is there's a Japanese word for it, kimono, I think. I think that's the word. It's when you're not a furry. It's a completely different thing. So, completely different. But yeah, you know, where I live, gas is now officially over $4 a gallon, which that has literally never happened in my lifetime, I don't think. So it's still different, Simon. If there's no fur, it's different. But so that's kind of had me a little worried because I have to drive a lot every day. You know, I have to. My job is like 20 miles away, which I know that's not a huge drive, but when gas is getting so expensive, it's kind of becoming a problem, you know, and I am actually a little bit worried. I really hope whatever they have going on in the oil making part of the country, I hope they fix it. You know the thing I'm talking about. So I don't know. I know it's worse in other places, but you can't waste gas if you never leave work, bro. No, I could not. There's no comfortable place to stay at my work. I work in a clinical setting. There's waiting rooms, which are not comfy. There's like the therapy cubicles, which actually most days on my lunch break I actually crawl under my desk and take a nap under my desk. I'm not even gonna lie. But the floor is not that comfortable. Like, it's good enough for like a 20-minute nap. There ain't no way I would stay there all night. Sleep in the ceiling. What if I sleep inside the walls? In the walls. That would work, right? That would work. It's 2 CAD a liter here. Simon, I know it's not your fault that you're born a Canadian, but I have no idea how much the hell that is. We buy gas by the gallon here. I don't even know how many liters are in a gallon. And I don't know how much a Canadian dollar is actually worth. So I have no clue. Funny number? What about a funny number? Still understand. Slept in the field with your Claymore lunch. That's actually funny. It's actually pretty funny. It's like $5 a gallon in some places in Canada. Yeah, I'm sure it's in places like, you know, out west, it's even worse. So there's 4.5 liters per gallon. Okay, so that would be, what would that be? Don't let me scroll, chat. It's not. He said what, $2? So that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8. There's no way you're paying $9 a gas for gas. $9 a gallon for gas. Ain't no way. Be so for real right now. That's insane. I would not be able to afford to go to work at that point. It's actually crazy. Like, I literally could not afford to go to my job. Oh. $2 Canadian is like $1.50 USD. Well then, okay, okay. So 4, 5, 6, over $6 a gallon. That's still a lot. That's still a lot. That would make it difficult for me to afford to go to work. Because, you know, my car gets okay mileage. It's like 20 miles to the gallon. So I don't know, it takes like $60-80 to fill my car up too. And that's every like week and a half. Jeez. That's a lot. It's a lot. Things are getting really bad, boys. I don't know what to do. Things are getting bad. I've been surviving off of canned beans, rice. You know, sometimes I'll go to Kroger on Monday, or what day is it? There's some day where they put like their like meat that's getting old. They put it on like a special rack where it's discounted. If I find something decent there, you know, dry beans are cheaper, probably, but canned beans are also easier. You know, oh, they have an Aldi near me. I think the closest Aldi is a couple towns over, which I mean isn't terrible because it's, you know, it's not that far of a drive, but not super convenient. But what else? Oh yeah, sometimes, you know, I go to a closeout store for like a lot of my like dry goods, you know, and sometimes they'll have it's almost kind of like a Slim Jim, but it's made out of turkey, and you get a big old bag of it for like $5. I'll survive off of that. So that's I eat, you know, the cheap stuff, you know, for lunch, and then sometimes when I get home, my parents have extra food that I can take. I do have a slow cooker, actually. I have a slow cooker. I have an Instant Pot, which those are pretty sick. I've got an air fryer. I've got a food processor. I've got all the stuff, and a lot of the stuff I got for really cheap. You know, thanks to rich people getting rid of stuff. So dry beans are easy. But I can also just like make some rice and pour a can of beans in it, and then add seasonings and stuff and sauce, and then I just have to microwave that. You know, just throwing stuff is 69 points. That's true. Yeah, lentils are very fast. Yeah, I don't like lentils as much. I really like beans. I like black beans a lot. I eat a lot of black beans. I can't use their real name on YouTube, but I like black beans a lot. So I eat a lot of those. Yeah, no, my diet is actually probably kind of terrible because I just eat whatever's cheap. And some days I just don't eat until I get home. So I really hope one day food prices will, and gas and everything will go down. That's my hope. You know. But speaking of, because you said it, you know, when I was a kid, my mom would make us eat lentils a lot, and for some reason, lentils and butter beans, we ate those all the time. And I maybe it was just because it was too much, you know, but
come out with your hands up.
Oh, hi, Drifter Fox. Welcome. We've been hanging out and complaining about things, but hi, I'm James, the Gunsmith VTuber, and I have my VR working again, so I'm hanging out in VR and just chatting with chat. Foxbed Raid. Hello, I hope you had a good stream. Hope you're doing good. You know, I never asked Fox if he has VR. I need more friends to play VR with. Got totally sick of fried rice. I'll be honest, I will probably never get sick of fried rice because Fox said you stinking. I'm stinking the smell of the cigar I smoked before stream. That's what I smell like. Victor Sinclair Cuban sandwich, actually. Pretty good for a $2 cigar. So, you do have VR? Sick. I need more people to play VR with. I need to play it more so I get used to it and it doesn't make me feel like I'm going to throw up, you know. Will destroy you at Beat Saber? Probably. I've never played Beat Saber, and I would probably be terrible at it. So, yeah. That is a fair assessment, Simon, because I would have no idea what I'm doing with Beat Saber. But yeah, Drift, thank you for the raid. If you're able to stick around, that is wonderful. But if not, I understand. I know that you also do stuff. Make sure he hydrates after. He didn't for the marathon stream. Well, okay. Listen, during the marathon stream, I did have some hydration, just not enough because I was focused. But I was fine. It just felt bad for a little bit, and then I was fine. So, Battlefield 6. Oh, sick! I still have never played Battlefield 6. Like, it came out and everyone loved it, and then, you know, my friends were playing it, and then everyone decided, like, they updated it and everybody hated it, so I never got around to actually playing it. So, never played Battlefield 6. I need to play Tarkov again. Maybe I'll play more Tarkov this week. It's been a little while since I played Tarkov. But I've also been really playing Grayzone a lot, so it's a hard choice between those two games because they're similar but different in just the right way. So, you know, need a medic? Probably. If it's Tarkov, then yeah, probably. I seem to die a little more frequently in Tarkov, so you know. Wish BattleBit Remastered was still alive. You know, I got BattleBit Remastered when it came out, and I played it a couple times with AG. You know, talk about gun stuff and playing the game, and then I just never played it again. And apparently, it just fell off really hard. So I don't know what happened to BattleBit. It was interesting when I played it though, but yeah, no, it just died apparently because that's just how it goes, I guess. So, oh, what were we talking? We're talking about food and gas prices, you know. But I mean, there's not much else to talk about that. Gas prices suck. Food prices suck. I'm a little worried, you know, but it's how it is. It's how it is. I haven't messed around with this much yet. Hold on. Whoa. I want to see how well this shooting range actually works. But I have to reload? Does this thing have unlimited ammo? Oh, okay. Oh, just automatically. Okay. Blame Democrats. Yeah, that's usually how it is. So, you know, there's also something that's been going around lately, and I wanted to touch on, you know, I mean, first of all, if you let me get a little philosophical here, you should have one of these. Especially if you're a content creator, because apparently these days, content creators, VTubers specifically, just really like to show their face to everyone in existence, which in my opinion kind of defeats the purpose of VTubing, but at the same time, as someone who is very privacy minded, someone not only you need at least one, okay, you need at least one, but as someone who's very privacy minded anyway, every time it bothers me so much every time, because this happens every few months, right? The whole VTuber versus, you know, IRL face trend will happen on Twitter. And with the big issue that I have with it is a lot of people just immediately jump on it because they think they're going to get attention from it, right? And yes, you will get some attention from it, and you'll probably get attention from it from bad people, you know? Like, I mean, first of all, as far as VTubing goes, showing your face feels weird because most people don't care, right, if you're a VTuber. But anyway, look at my face gets bothered in public. Exactly. And not just public either. There are people on the internet that if you post a picture of the sunlight shining in through your window without, you know, waiting like 12 hours before you post it, they will calculate the angle of the sun coming through your window and find exactly where your home address is. So what do you think someone's going to do if they see your actual legitimate face? You know? If someone has a picture of your face, you're so much easier to find. And yet the defense was like, what about IRL streamers and me staring at SWAT airports? Exactly, Kitsu. Exactly. Swattings have been getting worse over the years. Like, you hear about them all the time now. I had to go because this was a couple years ago, but whenever I had the ATF show up at my house, one of the first things I did was, just in case someone had found my information, I went to my local police department and, you know, told them, hey, you know, there's a chance someone might have my info and might try to SWAT me. And they said they have like a whole, it's not something that even really happens here, but even my police department in my little bitty town, they have a procedure where if they get a wacky call or something, they have a procedure to try to make contact before they go in, just in case it is a false call or something, which is crazy, you know? Just wear someone else's face. Yeah, like a horror movie villain or something. Wear someone else's face. Yeah, that that'll work. I don't, and you know, with AI stuff, that makes it even scarier, right? Because with AI, they could probably, like, AI is getting so advanced, they could take a picture of your face and put it in the AI, and the AI can probably find you. You know, that's something that's terrifying. If you miss anything that'd be taken out of context, that could be taken out of context. Bitch. I don't know why I did that. That was the first thing I thought of. I may have taken a pain-killing substance before the stream, so at this point, I think I'm just gonna let people get that Darwin Award. I'm gonna comment once and refuse to elaborate. That also works. No thanks. I'm not ready for breeding. Not right now. No, thank you. I just noticed, because of the way things are mirrored on OBS, it would totally make more sense for me to have my floating chat over here. but I don't really think it matters that much, but it totally makes more sense. One JMez is enough. Well, what if there was more of me? What if I got cloned? I have been playing Metal Gear Solid. What if they make solid and liquid and solidus JMez? And I'm Big Boss JMez, print farm time. Flappable hag of mail. Jesus Christ, Stubbs. Jesus Christ. That's like, I don't even know how to respond to that. Gee. What the hell? What the hell? Oh my God. Ah, what did I just hit? Oh. Wandered a little too far. They've moved around. Come here. Smacked my hand against my main microphone. There we go. Alcohol and making dextrose. Pregnant, Jesus Christ. I did reach out to somebody about one of the art pieces from the marathon rewards. I thank all of you for it, but I'm waiting to hear back about that. But it helps you use the fan to give yourself a point of reference. I have a fan of me. That's the only fan I have in here. I don't have a whole lot of fans in my house. I should probably get some. I bet that would be nice to have. I have my fan in my bedroom. Then I have like an old shitty outdoor fan. But since Fillion's gone, you can do a flip and smash a hole in a wall. Well, I don't have full body tracking, so like my legs, like I can't track my legs. So even if I was able to do a flip, it wouldn't track it. And I don't really want to smash a hole in the wall. It'd be kind of hard to smash a hole in the wall in here because I'm in my stream room, and PC's over here, 3D printers over here, guns are over here. And then I've got some shelves and a filing cabinet right there. And then over there's a window. So if I tried to run into a wall in anywhere in this room, I would probably get injured in some way. Rotate 360 degrees in T-pose like this. How's that? That was me doing a manual. Well, if I use because the way the camera is, if I use the thing, then it spins the camera with me because of how the camera is close enough. Well, here I'll try to do it smoothly. There you go. There's your rotation. There's your rotation. He's really familiar. Shut up, Metal. No, I'm not. He posed to assert dominance. See, I remember when that was a meme. Remember when that was a thing? I'm pretty sure I had the emote in Fortnite where you hold a T-pose. So there are no femboys here. You're just delusional. Nerdy. You cannot T-pose Burgess want upbeats. No, you're not above me. See, like if I wanted someone to pick me up, they'd be up that direction. But you're right here. You can't pick me up anyway. So, shorty. That's right, chat. You're fucking short. Every single one of you are shorter than me. Wow, okay. So the sound effects aren't playing through my headset, but they are playing through my speakers on my PC. That was wild. So I don't know if you heard it come back through the microphone. That was That was loud. Loud as fuck. I'm taller than you. You know how tall are you, nerdy? You are that tall. That's how tall you are. That's my guess. You're that tall. That is my well-educated guess, right there. Look, y'all are just mad. Y'all are just mad. 6'3". Okay, but are you really 6'3"? Because y'all are just mad because I'm honest about my height. Okay, I'm honest about my height. I am 5'11". I don't feel so insecure that I have to add that extra inch. Right? I am above average height, and I'm fine. So some of you guys, you say you're 6'3", right? You say you're 6'3", right? But really, what it was is I was like, oh, he's 5'10", which 5'10" is basically 6 foot tall anyway. So he says he's 6'5". Oh, well, 6 foot tall. That's basically 6'2", right? So you just say you're 6'2" on your Tinder profile or whatever. That's what a lot of you people do. That's what a lot of you do. I know that. I know a lot of you do that. Whereas I am just honest. I'm just honest. I give the exact number. Told someone I was 5'11" and she believed it in person. Stubbs, you're saying you're 6'5". I'm gonna need some proof of that because I don't believe that whatsoever. I need some proof. Need some proof. I don't believe it. You are a liar or a freak of nature. That's the only options here. 6'1". Told another one 5'17", and she told me to. When short guys lie about being 6 foot, I say I'm 6 foot. What? Most of my coworkers are 6 foot plus, and here I am 5'8". Hi. Okay. See, if anyone is femboy height, that's grub. 5'8" and lower, that's femboy height. Sorry, grub. That's just how it is. It's you, not me. One of the people you mentor, 6'10". I had a cousin that was like 6'8" or something. Like that is a freaky experience, seeing a guy who's like nearly 7 feet tall. Like that's freaky. Like he's some Goliath type shit. What are we talking about? Nothing, Drifter. Your height doesn't matter because most of your height is your ears. Like, in this model I have some cat ears, but his ears are like way up there. They give him like an extra foot of height that doesn't count. So cars are not made for tall people. The funny thing is, my cousin that was like 6'8", he drove like a little bitty car. I don't remember what it was. It was like a really small car. It was absolutely hilarious. Bro looked like it's like Treebeard trying to climb out of that car. It was so funny. You're 6 foot close enough. You are 5 foot with a foot of ear. That's what you are, Drifter. If your cousin's about 7 feet and drives a K-truck, how do you get a K-truck? Aren't those illegal here? Aren't like the silly little Japanese vehicles illegal in the States? No. You'll bite me? You'll bite me? Bite me on the ass, bitch. Okay, after like 25 years? What? Everything is legal in South. I assume you mean South Carolina. I assume that's what you mean by that. Carolinas are a funny place. As by state? Okay. I don't know. I just know I heard the reason why we have gigantic trucks in America, aside from the fact that we're just cool enough to have gigantic trucks, is because of weird laws that make it hard to have small trucks and stuff. When I tried to drive a small car, it was horrible. Yeah, little bitty cars seem like they would not be fun to drive, actually. Think of it like CNR rules. Well, I'm not 100% sure by what you mean by that. So, sure, yes. You drive a Cadillac? Okay, Stubbs, okay. Alright. I would drive a Cadillac if I could afford one. Honestly. Oh, stream went down? What? Is it okay? That must have just been like a second, because it literally. I never saw it go down on my end. Okay, well, whatever, I guess. We're still here. It's fine. Hero and relic guns are exempt from lots of laws. Oh, that's what you meant, Simon. Okay. Can confirm he was built like the strong man from Princess Bride. Nerdy, you know Stubbs. That's funny. So he looks like Andre the Giant. That's what that guy was. He was. How tall was Andre the Giant? He was. I'm pretty sure he was like 7 foot something. That was a huge guy. That's actually a pretty good movie though. Princess Bride. That's a good movie. I actually have the special anniversary edition of it on Blu-ray or DVD, I think. No. ATF is closing in on the signal. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, you're still on that, Drifter? For real? You still on that? I'm not shorter than you. You just gotta get over it, pal. You gotta get over. You have to accept the truth that I'm not shorter than you. Andre Giant was 7'4". Yeah, huge guy, massive, huge guy. I heard he was really nice though, so that's always nice to know. Femboy fight. Just because Drifter is a fem fox, that doesn't mean if I fight him it's a femboy fight. That's not how this works. You would need multiple. You would need multiple. He's the only one. Massive, huge what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh boy. Well, you know, I was talking about the whole. We got really off track. I was talking about the whole VTuber face reveal thing. We have gotten way off track. That's fine. I feel pretty good. I had a fair amount of nicotine and caffeine today, and I got something because my back was hurting. Now I feel pretty nice. Not a consensus as to when somebody is a giant, but at 7 foot, it's hard to do a lot of shit. Yeah, because like human beings aren't meant to be that tall. Not without being really, really wide. I'll play Factorio. I'm not really like the autism games. The autism games, they don't really appeal to me like Factorio and stuff. Like they don't really appeal to me like that. So we know what you are, females. Well, what do you mean, Warlord? What the hell you mean by that? What the hell you mean by that? The taller you are, the harder your heart has to pump. That's also true. That is also true. That's why, like, was the world record guy was like nearly 9 feet tall? I saw when I was a kid. I saw a statue of him, of the world record tallest man. He was like 8 foot something, like nearly 9 feet tall. Uh, Dude was huge, and apparently he died really young because being super tall is not good for your health. Apparently, so crack tutorial gets everyone eventually. I don't know, just the really niche autism games like that. They have never been able to. They have never been able to really hold my ADHD brain that well. I don't know. So. Statue of Roman Emperor Maximus was 8'5", and the inscription says this is to scale. Yeah, but come on now. Like, Roman gladiators used to write dick jokes on scratched into stone walls. They would obviously exaggerate the size of Emperor Maximus, whoever. I don't even know who the hell that is. I'll be honest. I don't know a lot about Roman empires other than the fact that it fell, you know. Autism people to run the factory and jam it to fight the bugs. I would fight bugs. There's lots of games where you fight bugs now. Shit posting is just human nature. Exactly. It's just human nature. My medical doctors and also drank literally a gallon of wine daily. Okay, but I could drink a gallon of water in a day. You know, wine is different, obviously, but you know, back then it was mostly just slightly fermented grape juice. You know, Romans diluted their wine. Yeah, like drinking a gallon of anything in a day is not that big of a thing. You know, I mean, if you're a normal sized human, you're going to be pissing all day long, but it's not that big. I've drank a gallon of water in a day before because I was outside doing stuff in the southern heat, but you know, same thing basically, you know. Ugh. Oh look, ads are running. That means people cannot see me right now. I need to do more exercises for my back. You know, I really should. Like at the end of the day after work and everything, man, my back just hurts so much. Ugh. You're making some spiced mead right now. Okay. Drinking wine undiluted was seen back then like drinking from the bottle today. Well, see, none of that, like, I don't really think about things like that because I stay far away from the devil's fire water. So, you know, never been my thing. Probably put down a bottle of wine every other day, but also something else alarming wrong with you that cancels out. No, Stubbs. I mean, I think there are things that are wrong with you, but I think if you're drinking a bottle of wine every other day, I think that's part of what's wrong with you. So, Stubbs just has a lot of things wrong with him. I think that's just normal for him. That's just how it is. So. Yeah, so I just wanted to check. You know, I like to check periodically. So I know I harp about this all the time, but right now, look at if you're on Twitch right now, look at the stream counter. And I guarantee you it won't be accurate because I just checked. There's 20 people in the chat on Twitch, which I'm super excited about. I'm very glad there's so many people that are here. But that counter is very inaccurate. And that is because if you're a lurker, they literally count you as a bot. They literally count you as a bot. That was really loud. Okay. But, you know, you can chat and redeem channel points. That way you don't get counted as a bot. And you know what they're planning to do now? It's because, you know, we're complaining about things today, right? You know what they're planning to do now? Did y'all see this? Twitch is putting forward an update because they're trying to combat botting, right? Which I think they should, but they're going about it in all the worst ways possible. Like, for one, they stopped counting lurkers as legitimate viewers, which has messed up everybody's analytics and is terrible. Emotes also do count, that's true. So they've already messed that up, which lurkers are literally like the backbone of people's viewership, you know? And now Twitch, fucking Twitch, dude. And now what they're planning to do is they're going to make it to where if they suspect you are botting, or however they're supposed to detect it, because they have not said how they're going to detect it. I don't even know if they really can. But if people are supposed to be supposedly botting, they're going to cap your view count to where you can't grow and have, like, you'll cap your view count. And I have heard that, you know, there are some bigger streamers that are already planning on going and essentially purposely botting categories or small streamers that they don't like in order to ice out competition. So we've got mafia shit going down on Twitch now. We got mafia shit going down on Twitch. Like, how do you even defend that? I'm gonna. Oh yeah, there we go. We got mafia shit going on now. I'm gonna need one of these. I'm gonna need one of these to fend off the mobsters, the Twitch mobsters. It sounds like it's suppressed. I don't, you know, I think it would sound a little louder than that. I don't know. I also think the sound's a little messed up for me because y'all said that the music was loud here, but it was not for me at all. So it is the funny. That's right. That's right. Shooting in VR is difficult. I always wanted one of these. I know they're heavy and impractical, but I've always really wanted one of these. Heavily shooting onlookers off camera. I'm shooting at you. Shooting at you. Get what you deserve for calling me a femboy and shit. Exactly what you deserve. They suck, but they're fun. Oh yeah, no, this would be so much fun in real life, dude. This would be so much. And honestly, these things are so heavy. I could probably one-hand one of these in real life because they're so heavy. I could probably manage the recoil with one hand. I got strong arms, you know. I have a video of one going so fast, but does Twitch allow clips like that? I'm pretty sure like people have been able to first rule of gun safety is to have fun and point your gun at your chat. That's the first rule of gun safety. No, YouTube will instantly shut off a live stream if somebody touches a gun. They will, yes. I think on Twitch, when it comes to actually shooting guns, I think you probably have to be on a range. Thank you for the follow, WWE. Okay, are you the wrestling, like the wrestling type thing? Anyway, YouTube, yeah, no, if you're on a stream, you touch a gun, they'll freak out and kill your stream. Twitch, I think if you're gonna be shooting, you have to be like on a range. I think I have to double check, but I know that they've let me handle guns and build guns on stream, no problem. And of course, I know, you know, Gotcha Guns always has guns on his desk when he streams. You know, Sleepy used to do gun cleaning streams. I don't know if she's done one of those in a while. I've not talked to her since she joined FaceCakes, but she used to do that. Kuramaru did a gun stream recently where he put FRT in his MCX. So he did that. On range with trained professionals. I am the trained professional. I'm pretty sure I have seen clips of like Twitch streamers shooting guns. So definitely probably can. Like, yeah, you go like on a range with a trained professional. What do you mean? I am a trained professional. I consider myself a trained professional. You know. And what if I'm not at a range? What if I'm just on some land that my family owns? I can still call it a range because we got targets and stuff. Apparently the super safety lawsuit has been moved to Texas, by the way. Which lawsuit? Is it the one, is it, you talking about the one where like they're trying to sue Hoffman Tactical? Is that what you're talking about? I don't think Hoffman is from Texas, but I think the rare breed guys might be. If that's what we're talking about, Hoffman. Yeah. I have not really heard any updates about that. So I didn't know what was going on with that. Yeah, I know they're suing Hoffman, which is stupid because his super safety idea is nothing like their FRT, which is really just stupid. So I don't know what that's all about. I think the reason they were doing it was like, for some reason, like something they had to do with the government. They were like legally required to sue people or something, or at least that's what they claimed. I don't know how true that is, but that's also really stupid. And then I'm pretty sure the new ATF leadership said something about fixing the issue with, you know, the super safety thing anyway. So then it's not even going to matter. So I have no idea, because if they go through and make sure to like properly say that this isn't a machine gun, then I'm pretty sure rare breed would no longer be held to that requirement. So if they continue suing people, that just means they really are just absolute pieces of shit. So AR9 SD is coming in the mail soon. Very cool, Red. Very cool. That sounds awesome. Texas does not have a good record when it comes to patent trolls. Oh, that's not good. Because I honestly, because I have seen how the rare breed trigger works, and I have seen how the Hoffman super safety works, and they're completely different things, right? Completely different. They're nothing alike. Like the super safety is literally a push button safety, and it has like the weird arm that's different than the rare breeds, like the weird dropping one. So I don't see how they have any standing to have even started the lawsuit, but I don't know. You saw the Waco Memorial in person? Interesting. I have been to Waco years and years ago. It was a long time ago because my grandparents were still alive. But I remember like we stopped in Waco because we were going somewhere else. I don't think I've ever seen the memorial in person though. Rev Reed claims to own a patent for Hoffman's design too. That's messed up, dude. That's so messed up. I feel like it's awful convenient they own this other patent they didn't make nor use. No, they're literally just trying to rip them off. That's all it is. Everybody at Rev Reed is actually just stupid and they think that at some point they bought a super safety patent. What would make them think that? Some dude patented it fraudulently and Rev Reed purchased it? Huh. That's so weird. While the bunker is still there at Waco, yeah. I don't think anyone's ever found that door though. The one that they supposedly shot through. That no one's ever found that door. They said they didn't shoot through it, but they took the door away. It was a steel door too, I think, like a big metal door, so it wouldn't have burned up in the fire. Hoffman doesn't win, you're gonna crash out. Yeah, that would be a reasonable crash out. Yeah. Should make sure I download the super safety files. I don't know if I have them downloaded. So the Partisan Triggers Company owns a legitimate FRT patent descended from TACCON. Interesting. 10 years before this nonsense. Well then how did Rare Breed get their hands on it? I'll be honest, I have not followed the whole Rare Breed thing super closely. I do remember y'all sent me pictures of the really giant fat guy that was handing out cease and desists to people at a SHOT Show. It's all fraud. You know, if it's all fraud, I really hope they like get some legal trouble for that. I hate people that do fraud. It's messed up, taking people's intellectual property. I believe in intellectual property rights. Okay, so I know that for some people, I know, you know, being a gun printer, some people in the 3D print gun world don't like the idea of intellectual property, even, you know, if you do stuff for free. But I fully believe in property rights. So someone stole all my intellectual property right from under my own noggin. I wish the authorities would find the monsters who did this. Well, hint I don't know what your intellectual property was, but you know what? Good luck. Good luck. They feed him the super safety. So, is that what you're saying? I'll be honest. I've always had trouble reading in VR for whatever reason. I don't know why. It may also just be because, you know, I have a Quest 2, and when you use them with Steam, they're a little bit laggy. Like just a little bit. Like if I look around really fast, like things kind of get a little jerky. I wonder if that's part of why it's trouble to read. I have trouble reading in VR. I don't know. Screen door effect does. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is also a thing. One of these days, I really wish I could get like a really fancy VR with the full body tracking. That could be funny. Especially if I had enough room to really do full body VR. So I'm pretty sure I have. There was a new kind of There was a new kind of full body trackers that somebody I follow was trying them out, and they worked pretty good, and they were fairly cheap. So I put them on my Throne page, you know, and I, you know, if you ever just want to help crowdsource some full body tracking for me, you know, as far as full body tracking goes, they're actually pretty cheap, and they seem to work pretty well. So, do they tracked the Pinar? You wish, don't you? You wish. You wish. Weirdo. No. They do not. Thank God. Came out funky. Sorry about that. Oh no, I just wanted to make sure I read your chat correctly. Fanatic. That is so loud. Can you hear that through my microphone when that plays? I mean, you can probably just hear it on the stream itself, but that is really loud when it comes through the speakers on my PC. The pipe is so slippery. Well, you should wash your hands. Stuff. You should wash your hands. The fact that your hands are really slippery is making me a little uncomfortable. I don't know what you're doing to make your hands so slippery, but I don't like it. I don't like it. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. I'm used to hearing that sound, so there's no such thing as too much. There is if you're trying to carry a metal pipe. The trackers that tracked a VTuber to the bathroom, I think it was the same one, yes. It was a couple VTubers because I remember people talking about it because one of them washed her hands and one of them didn't. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was those exact trackers. Yeah, no, it happened to a couple VTubers. Like she had her trackers on and just went to the bathroom without taking them off. And they tracked her all the way into the bathroom, and it revealed that she did not wash her hands. So, it was great. It was great. Gross. Yeah, she didn't wash her hands. She didn't wash her hands. That's very important to do. But then there was another VTuber who the same thing happened to her, but she did wash her hands. So VTubers are all mold women. The women already washed their hands less. Wait, is that true? Is that for real? Do women actually wash their hands less? Because that's a problem if that's true, and I don't like that. That bothers me. It's funny, so it's true. There was a viral video mocking how much men wash their hands when cooking. I mean, you're supposed to wash your hands when you're cooked. That's how you don't have cross-contamination. What do you mean? What? Excuse me? I made a joke about the gold bikini on Twitter and RAS didn't take it as a joke. Yes, Red. He sent that to me. It was sent to me. Unfortunately. I need Jamis and the gold bikinis are a perfect response. Good lord. That was uncomfortable, DM. Made you pay for it? Good. You should have to pay for stuff like that. Let's see it. No, I literally, I would not be able to show it. on YouTube or probably Twitch. I would not be able to. And I'm not going to post it on my Twitter either. So, not going to happen. So, either Red can post it or the artist could post it, but I'm not going to. But no, I literally could not show it on stream. I would get instantly demonetized. So, yeah. How much did you have to pay for that, Red? I want to know now. How much did your stupid little joke cost you? I have to know. Because I need to know how much you paid for your crimes. $20? Only $20? I was expecting a little more than that. I thought some weird art of me would be worth a little more. At least 40. Jeez. Making me question my value now. They must draw fast. Oh, did you get a discount because you told them it was a joke? Still, the fact apparently he apparently drew it in like a day. Because he DM'd it to me one night. I think it was like the night after Red made that joke. And you know what? I'm glad he made you pay for it, even if it was only $20. Bro, it's like $20 is $20. Oh, y'all are messed up, man. I was like, dude, that was a joke. Why don't you draw it? Well, you know what? You deserved it. You deserved it. You deserved it. Quote grease under pie stubs. That is not something you should say while you're watching me on stream. That is real. That's really not good out of context. Oh my god. I can't take y'all anywhere. Needed the gas money. I mean, honestly, pipe is going to be an MP40. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, yeah, no, I understand someone doing something a little weird, like making some funky art for gas money right now, because it is rough out there. It is rough out there, chat. We've already complained about gas, but it's rough out there. I want an MP40. That would be so cool. I would also want the gun too, not just the T-doll. Back alley artist. No, we'll CAD for food. You know, MP40 would be super cool to build. There's so much stuff I want to build, man. And gas is making that more difficult because I have less money to spend on dumb stuff. So one of these days, though, I'm gonna have all the cool things. I promise that. I'm gonna have all the cool shit one of these days. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have a 3D printable twin tool MP5K. Yes, I know. I plan on printing that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been a little just stressed about life and stuff lately, you know? And then, you know, it makes it difficult to want to make content sometimes when you're really stressed. which is part of the thing. I want to do stuff other than streaming, but streaming is like the kind of content that's so fun for me. But I have so much other stuff I want to do. And if only I had a little more time or a little more money, I'd be able to do a lot more stuff. So I thought about just streaming 3 days a week, but I feel like, I don't know, that when I don't stream, if I don't have anything to keep myself busy, I kind of just sit there and be useless, you know? So, I don't know. Addicted to stress is the way I get things done. Well, I don't like being stressed out. I like to relax, you know? I like to be cozy, that's my thing. But, God, that's loud as hell. That's stressing me out. Yeah, that's what should bother me. I either need more time or more money, and I can do more of the things I want to do. But it's been hard to kind of figure it out. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with that, bringing that up. Because I don't plan on going anywhere, you know. Ever since I started streaming, making content, I immediately fell in love with it. So I don't think I will ever stop trying to make content, you know. Digital pocket notepad and write down stuff you want to complete for the day and keep it reasonable like a planner. Yeah, it sounds like a really awesome idea. The issue is my stupid ADHD ass would lose the notepad or forget to write in it at all. Which I think part of what could help me it is if I do actually get back on some kind of proper medication for my ADHD. As long as it's something that actually works really well. Put it in your pocket. I already carry so much stuff in my pockets. Dude, I don't want to add another thing to my pockets, you know. Statistic as fucking, that's why you use that. I mean, for me, like, so if you have ADHD, sometimes you'll get into like a weird like wait mode, or just it's like it's almost like kind of like being like paralysis, right? Like I'll get home, and most of the time I'll have maybe 2 hours before I have to really start getting ready for stream. But it's really difficult in those 2 hours for me to get anything done because my brain's like, oh, we got to stream soon. So we've got to sit here and wait until it's time to start getting ready to stream. So it's almost like you just kind of paralyze and it makes it hard to do things. That's why I tried to, you know, sometimes, a few times I'll try to, like, if I see something during the day that interests me, I'll try to come home and record a quick video about it. And that kind of gets me out of that. But there's not always stuff to talk about every day, you know? At least not for me. Like, people, you know, if I was a drama tuber and paying attention to that kind of stuff, I suppose it's probably something we can talk about every day. But normally there's not. I don't know. That shit is so annoying. I get it a lot. Yeah, it makes things difficult. It makes things difficult. Carry more stuff in the pockets, rub your pocket, real estate, and girls' faces. Listen, when I'm at work, I've already I got my keys, I got my phone and my wallet, and I gotta have my ID badge, and like I have a bag I carry to work that's got like my first aid kit in it, and I gotta have my water. I have a big cup that I keep, you know, filled with water all day because I'm moving around and doing stuff a lot, so I get really thirsty throughout the day. So I have a lot of stuff that I already have to keep track of. And half the time I'll get out to my car. I'll get out to my car at the end of the day, and I will have forgotten my backpack, or I will have forgotten my big cup for water. That happens to me way too much. Not gonna lie, a Swiss Army knife with a pin is ludicrously useful. Probably. It's not a good idea because of the nature of my work. It's not really a good idea for me to have any kind of knives in the clinic, just because, autistic people and some of them are prone to aggression. So they don't need to have any sharp objects around. So just watched the Punisher special. I'm hyped. Punisher, like the Marvel Punisher. I haven't watched a lot of Marvel stuff in a while. So I didn't even know that they're doing more Punisher. I watched a Punisher movie. It was an old Punisher movie a long time ago. There's like a big. I remember there's a big fight where he fought a big Russian guy. I think he like stabbed him to death or something. I don't remember. It definitely was not the kind of movie that would fit in well with the current Marvel, in my opinion. But bring kind of gun to the workplace that security doesn't like. Loki got called to suppress 22 at work, security gate, and the dumb bitch didn't know what it was. What? You should read Punisher Max. Why? Why are you gonna make me read things? I already talked about how I don't have time. Or we're gonna have time to read stuff. Sorry, I was making sure I didn't run into my desk. Yeah, where am I gonna have time to read stuff? The actor playing the Russian guy got stabbed for real? What? Seriously? That's crazy. That's really all I remember from that old Punisher movie was the Russian guy. That's about all I could remember. So. Carry way too many knives into school environments, the robotics tour. I mean, I assume that they're for the class then, so. Actually used a real knife and not the prop. Wow. I mean, action movie actors, stuff like that, they do end up getting injured a lot. It seems to be a hazard of the job, I've always wanted one of these. Making another mummy film? I did see that. Has anyone made a proper printed Vector yet? I mean, I know it would be kind of difficult because of the weird recoil system, but somebody's probably tried, right? I want one of these so bad. So if you're wondering, an OTF switchblade can be stopped by clothing easily. The rib cage can stop pretty much any knife over a 1/4 inch. Well, yeah, no, OTF switchblades they don't, like, some people think you have an OTF switchblade and you flick it and it'll like stab through stuff, and none of them will. Like they don't work that way. So it's not gonna work. But it's just, some people think that things like that'll happen, but it doesn't. They're just stupid. So. Ooh, shiny. I like revolvers. Feel lucky, punk. Nice. Well, yeah, no, it's not like I know 22LR chassis vector. I'm sure someone has made that, and that's fine. That's fine. But I'm not gonna lie, all of the 1022 chassis that look like different guns, at a certain point, it's a little bit much. It's a little bit much. I would like some real guns, please. You know what I mean? Like for a while there, I was for a while in what, maybe 2024, I think. There were so many. Like people were just designing like oh, I made a 1022 chassis that looks like a little bitty MG34, or I made one that looks like a Vector, or I made one that looks like this. And there were just so many of them. I was like, will someone please design a gun that shoots a real bullet? Please. Please. So, I don't hate them, but I have a little bit of fatigue of 22 chassis, you know? That's the way to put it. 1022 Pop Show is cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, for something that's, if it's supposed to be like mimicking a submachine gun, like it's not so bad. But when it's like, I made a MG42 chassis, and it just looks kind of sad with the little 1022 bolt and everything. It makes me a little sad. No, not gonna lie, the 1022 mag design isn't good in your opinion. The little bitty like helical ones I don't like the little 10 rounders. But of course I don't have a 1022, but my dad does, and he has a couple 30 rounders for his, and they function fine. Those little those little bitty 10 round ones that you like go up into the mag well, and then you have to like push to release and pry them out. I hate them. They're terrible. So now that there's FRT for them, some of them are retroactively cool. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Whenever I get these 22s finished that I'm working on printing, I would like to put an FRT. That would actually be pretty freaking sick. So, because, you know, if you are going to have to use 22, you might as well use all of the 22. So, that would be it, kind of like the American 180 philosophy, you know? Just shoot every round, like just shoot 150 rounds at a guy, just, you know, except it would be full auto, not a revolver. So, what the hell? That's showing up like that. What did I just do? How did I make it look like that? I accidentally clicked on something, I guess. How did that even happen? Oh, there's filters on this. I didn't even know there's camera filters on VR Charlie though. That's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. Maybe I should keep it like that. I never knew that was a thing. Oh, I can go really fast. You can go really fast. What else? I want to look through this now. Oh, there we go. There we go. I am not a femboy. Now you can never call me that again. Windows blue screen. Pixely. Oh no! I've become inappropriate in Japan. Well, now I'm a drawing. Oh, there we go. See that? This is what you should see whenever you look at me. You should be just a little bit obsessive over me. That way, the community grows. You know, I'm not a femboy. Shut up. But just be a little bit obsessive over me, because that would help with community growth. You know. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Looking at that's gonna make me sick. How many are there? Oh, there we go. We're back to normal. No, there are no femboys here. So quit asking. That was really loud. Be shonen filter. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because I am beautiful. That doesn't mean I'm a femboy though. There's a big difference between being a beautiful man and being a femboy. Okay? It's a very, very important distinction that everyone should know. So I haven't really had a chance to twink. No, I'm not a twink. That's different. That's also different. I haven't really had the chance to explore a lot in this gun range. Oh. I just found this gun range today, so. Twink, okay, no, twink, no, I'm not a twink. That is completely different too. That is a completely different thing. So no, that is also not okay. Fucking weirdos. I like this world though. That was a smaller explosion than I was expecting. It says it has PvP. Yeah, there's like a map thing over there. Over there, you can join a PvP match, I guess. I've been thinking about trying to do a VR hangout, do more VR hangouts now that I got my controller fixed. Which, you know, if you're not in my Discord, that's where you should go if you want to hang out with me in VR or something. So, you know, that's a thing. That's what she said. What do you mean? What do you mean that's what she said? But the thing is, you know, like, I don't know, because I get VR sick so easily, especially trying to do like shooting games in VR. Like if it's a game where I can stand still and just like turn around and shoot stuff, yeah, there's some VR games like that. I'm fine, but as soon as I have to start moving around and shooting, that's when the VR starts to make me sick. So I don't really know what to do about that. So then we should play Pistol Whip. That explosion was smaller than expected. That's what she said. Okay, that's reaching, grub. Pistol Whip, is that just like a regular VR shooting game, I guess? Because it also may also be part of, like, VR chat sometimes is kind of wonky, you know? So that could also be part of it. A rhythm shooting game? Oh, okay. I played a rhythm shooting game one time. What was it? Metal Hellsinger? That one? It was like Doom, but it was a shooting game, but it was like the rhythm stuff. That was fun. But it was not a great stream game because it was too hard for me to focus on the game and pay attention to chat at the same time. But I do remember that. That was fun. That was fun. I did like that. So, rhythm shooters are fun, but it's very difficult for me to like focus do that. Daytona USA is a Verge VR chat racing game. That could also be fun. That sounds pretty fun too. Pistol Whip is like John Wick Simulator. Oh, nice. Very cool. I know there's that one game where you're fighting like the stick blob dudes, I guess. I don't know. You're like a red guy and there's a bunch of black guys, which sounds really funny out of context. And it's super high, yeah, because it's like slow motion and things only move when you move. And I think there's a VR version of that. So you check out those rhythm showers. They look really fun. I already have one of those, actually. I have a dedicated Bluetooth speaker in my shower, so I can listen to music whenever I take a shower, which is every day. So, Grub just couldn't type. Okay. I thought you were trying to make fun of me, Grub. Trying to call me dirty, which I am not. I'm very clean. I'm cleaner than the average VTuber. So, play the VR one says I'm able to blind fire around. So, well, I bet it is. But yeah, the only rhythm shooter I ever played was Metal Hellsinger, but it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. It was just not great for streaming because I had to really focus on the game and couldn't pay as much attention to chat. I mean, since that was years ago. You know, I have gotten better at, paying attention to chat while playing a game, but still, that one still requires a lot of focus. Osu stream went never metal, never, because I am not a masochist. So there's no reason for me to play Osu because I am not a masochist. That can be your thing though. You can stick to playing that. Rhythm shower sounds like especially a shower head that would be mysteriously popular with ladies. My shower is a rhythm shower because I play loud music when I shower. That probably counts for it. I live by myself, so it's not like I'm gonna bother anybody by playing really, really loud music in the shower. So. Can't play Osu anymore? Why not? I used to play that all the time. Finger don't work. Oh, right. You messed up a finger. Huh. But do you have a shower gun? I don't have a dedicated shower gun because my bathroom doesn't have like a vent in it. So it takes a while for the steam to go away. So because I don't have anywhere to like airtight seal for a gun or something in the bathroom, I just pick whatever gun's closest to me when I'm going in the bathroom and leave it in there. So there is always a shower gun, but there's never a dedicated shower gun. So, if something happened while I'm in the shower, I could bust out of there with a Glock. It could be an AR. It could be a 12 gauge. Honestly, I feel like AR would probably be the easiest to use if you're just getting out of the shower, because as far as like being wet, if you still got soap on you or whatever, like the AR is still very easily manipulable, whatever that word would be. It's still very easy to use an AR even if your hands were wet or had soap on them or that kind of thing. Because let's see. There we go. Because even if your hands are wet, if the gun's not already chambered, which it should be, it's just very easy to do that. Especially my ARs all have extended charging handles too. Like they have the fancy ambidextrous ones because I got some for cheap. So everything's easy to do with the AR, even if your hands are wet. So, like, even reloading it with wet hands would be easy. And I have, what the hell did I do this time? Oh, that's what I did. I keep accidentally hitting the camera, I guess. I have freaking magazines. I have AR magazines hidden literally all over my house. So like wherever I am, like if I don't have like a chest rig or something on, if I have to use my AR in my house, no matter what room I am in, there's gonna be a magazine hidden somewhere that I can grab. Because I didn't want to just have them all stacked up somewhere, you know. So I hid them in strategic places, and then I have other ones stacked up somewhere. So, because I have a lot of AR magazines. Because every time I see one that's on sale for like $6, you know, I always will get a couple. Because why not? You might need it. I don't do it every time, but that's like, I pretty much only ever buy things when they're on sale, you know? So if there's ever like AR mags on sale for like $5 or $6, you bet I'm gonna get at least 3 of them. So, spare magnets to the ketchup. You know what? I should put one in the refrigerator. That probably won't affect anything. There's one near the refrigerator, but not in the refrigerator. So, CSGO M4A4. I've never played CSGO, so. A dream house would have trick walls with hidden guns inside them. Yeah, that would be pretty sick. I do have a small piece of furniture that has a revolver hidden in it, but having straight up like false walls where you can hide stuff in it, that would be cool. I would also really love one of these. I don't care what anybody says, a P90 is cool. That's so cool. It makes me think of like the P90 would be like a Halo gun, you know? I love Halo. You know there's an FRT4 now. I did know that. You know they're remaking the original Halo, and I don't have any confidence in them trying to remake Combat Evolve. So don't watch SG1. No, I don't hardly watch anything anymore, except for, okay, whenever I have a smoke, whenever I have a cigar, I have an outdoor TV. So that's basically when I watch stuff. But I'm really bad because, you know, ADHD brain. I'm really bad. Like starting to watch new things is difficult for me. Like my brain just wants to watch something it's already seen. You know, P90 is your main weapon. Yeah, y'all told me that before. I mean, I probably would like Stargate. I'm not good at keeping up with series, especially for some reason live action. Like watching I can watch like a good live action movie, but like live action TV shows, I don't know why. It is really hard for them to keep me interested for whatever reason. That's why growing up, I never watched a lot of TV. And then, you know, I was in my late teens and finally got interested in anime, and that's basically like that's all I watch. You know? So AAA game studios releasing a new version of a game already released for the 5th time. Yeah, they're making another Star Fox. I remember I had a friend when I was but a small child. I had a friend who had a Nintendo 64. I had Star Fox 64 on it, and we would play that. So that's actually kind of cool. I think they've remade Star Fox 64 a bunch of times, but that's actually pretty cool. What are you doing? Okay, that's actually pretty cool though. I'm never gonna get a Switch 2 though. Never ever. Way too expensive. Another Star Fox, not a new Star Fox. Well, yeah. It's a remake, but one that at least kind of does make sense, I guess. But I am never buying a Switch 2. Never, ever. Like, I didn't even buy my Switch 1 from Nintendo. I bought it from a guy that was punishing his kids by selling their Switch. Could not imagine paying that much money for it. Some furries made a Star Fox clone on Steam. Of course it was furries that made it. Of course it was. Like, I wouldn't mind playing a Star Fox clone, but not if it's made by furries, then I would be a little suspicious because, you know, the main characters are anthropomorphic animals. So did the furries do anything weird with their Star Fox clone? That would make me nervous. That would make me nervous. Furries be doing stuff like that. Listen, Star Fox was around before furries became a thing. It was before furries became a thing. Back then it was just humanoid animals, and people weren't so weird about it. At least I don't remember them being weird about it. Then again, I have terrible memory, so that's also. It's true that furries are in everything, though. It's a little horrifying when you hear about how they're all in IT and just everything that runs the country, essentially. It's actually terrifying. I don't actually like to think about it. Because okay. I mean, like, I know some furries that are not too terrible, but some of them are just terrifying with how they are. You know, I don't know, man. They worry me a little. I don't like the country being run by them. Y'all think that? Okay, all right. I know this is probably true, which is the freaky part. Y'all think that there's a lot of top officials in the military or something that are furries? You know, that's probably a thing. Like, there's that one mini that probably is. That's scary to think about. There's that one. I saw something. It was some lady that was working for the government, and she got fired because her husband was doing some weird stuff involving putting balloons in his shirt and saying weird things to women. So, not the group you want to piss off. That's true. I don't want to piss off any furries because they do all kinds of crazy stuff. But some of them make me nervous. I'm gonna be honest. Some of them design guns though, which is pretty cool. I'm okay with those furries. Gun designers get a pass. They make other furries nervous, probably. Was Gnome, I think you're talking about? Probably. Who's that military official with the dog mask? I think there's been more than one, unfortunately. If it's a dog mask I'm thinking of, like those dog masks, those are the ones that creep me out. Angry Cops did a video on them. Yeah, those like the ones that are like made out of leather, those creep me out. Like, that looks like something a horror movie villain would wear. Like it's not even necessarily about it looking like a dog. It's just the weird leather mask thing, you know. So something about that. That sets off my serial killer alarm, you know. Like you're gonna pull out a chainsaw and start chasing me with it, like Leatherface, because leather on your face. All right, my shoulder is actually really killing me. I took some stuff for pain, and it's helping some, but it's also making me feel a little dizzy, and my shoulder hurts. So, but I wanted to stream today and make sure that I didn't miss another stream, and I wanted to talk to y'all. So, I'm glad I did. I do want to play more VR stuff. I need people to play VR with. I've got Alf and Jello sometimes, because they both really like VR, but I need more people to play VR stuff with. Maybe I should see if there's any games I would like that aren't just VR chat too, you know? Because I have one shooter game that you're shooting zombies, but I've never really done a lot with VR. So, yeah, no, my shoulder really hurts, so I'm gonna go stretch and rest. So, you downloaded VR chat? Well, I'm going to try to do like some hangouts, like off stream as well, I think. So people that are in my Discord can hang out too. I might do that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and raid out on Twitch so I can go and rest my shoulder. But thank you everybody for coming in and hanging out, even though I was just kind of sitting here rambling about things while on meds. So it was fun. I'm gonna go chill for a little bit and enjoy the raid. If you're lurking, just make sure you manually join the raid, because it may not let you automatically join because of the way they treat lurkers. Okay, that'll be it. I'll see you all on Thursday. And yeah, good night. See you later. Bye.